With an overtime victory over the Sooners, Cade Cunningham only had 40 in that game. And this is up to the minute projections from Joey Brackets with 7 Big 12 teams all appearing to be comfortably in the field. Oklahoma State moved up from an 8 at the start of the day to...
They would be able to push the sanction to next year. So essentially they'd be choosing to play this year and then let next year's team take the hit. And then Cade Cunningham gets to play in the tournament and somebody on the team next year doesn't.
Exactly. Mitchell way short on the jumper. Vital comes up with it. Shot clock did not reset. Ball did not hit the rim. Baseline runner won't go down for Teague.
When you have your feet set, he is automatic. Used to play for the Presbyterian Blue Hose.
That's right. A 7-0 run for the Bears and a turnover and a...
McCormick picked up his second foul late in the first half. He's got to stay out of foul trouble. I think that Baylor needs to go at him to start the second half.
That was our Capital One rewarding performance. Let's keep an eye on Jared Butler as well, the All-America candidate for the Bears, averaging better than 17 a game. Had 30 in the first meeting between these two earlier this season. Something really crazy happening. Baylor's going to be a 1 seed and likely will be the 2nd or 3rd overall seed if Gonzaga goes into the tournament. Hey, how you doing? How you feeling? Doing okay? This, that? He said the answer's always the same. I'm great, coach. Every single day for 4 years. I'm great.
Well, I ask you a lot of questions, and you always say you're great. I don't think you mean the same thing.
Well, other people have told me it's my job to build up your confidence because it appears that sometimes you...
Hands up. It's just to straighten his shorts.
Don't give away all of our secrets. Mitchell disrupting the inbounds play, and then he laid down for 10 or 11 days. So, although this is Marcus Garrett's senior night, very recently they added a game against UTEP on Thursday, and you can see it on ESPN+.
McCormick picking up a foul there. That's going to send him to the bench. And he's got 20 points in this game. That's his 4th 20-point.
Well, you are, one of the founding fathers of the sport. Those are two guys there who never said get downhill back in their days together.
Yeah, that's a great Jeopardy question. Which of these two thinks he's James Naismith? His announcement to come back for his 6th year. Well received right now, especially.
Absolutely. He and Connor Teahan, a preferred walk-on, announcing they are both going to come.
Did not have a single positive test, and they had a full week of practice before they returned against Wisconsin a couple of weeks ago.
Man, Ted, I couldn't even imagine sitting out for 21 aspect right there.
Myers in the game now, along with Adam Flagler, perhaps the 6th man of the year in the Big 12 this season. Transfer from Presbyterian. Mitchell against Harris. Oh, he hangs and he hits. End of the season. Late in the shot clock, Bolton. Here comes Teague for Baylor. Bears 2 of 6 from the floor. They've missed all 3 of their shots from downtown. Trailing Iowa State 10-4. Mitchell leaning in. Got his own miss.
Pass.
Second call. Iowa State takes it, and they score it just like that with Bolton.
See, that's a perfect example. Davion Mitchell, one of the best defenders in the country, just got backdoored and face cut to an easy layup. That never happens when he's on point, when he's back in the rhythm. It's going to take them a minute, but I think they'll bounce back. But that's a perfect example right there. Davion Mitchell never allows that.
Mitchell knocks down the 3, and he scoops it in. Tyler Harris in double figures with 11.
Another thing you got to take into consideration when they use the ball screen, Iowa State, Flo Thamba is having to do so much running. They're trying to purposely get Flo Thamba tired by sprinting Solomon Young up and forcing him not to just sprint, but also guard the ball screen.
Sign up now, ESPNplus.com/Big 12 now. Mitchell, too strong. Vital offensive rebound. He couldn't put it in.
Putting the ball on the floor and be able to make plays, because right now I think he settles too much. He shoots way too many threes. You can't really guard him because it's his speed and his quickness. He needs to be able to put the ball on the floor and create for it.
Butler to the rack, challenged by Young. It's not there. Thamba couldn't put it back in. Vital has it. Shot clock resets. Mitchell puts it up. Off the mark, Davion Mitchell, now 2 of 8 from the floor, but Coleman lands now with 8. Tough shooting night for him. 4 of 11, but the lead back to 4.
That's all the Davion and Jared do the same thing. They both play out that hesitation right there. They'll get.
Oh, it ends up with a 3 by Davion Johnson, his first points tonight.
Big shot. So Mark Vital at the 5. Iowa State should run no ball screens because you're just getting a switch. And you're making it, honestly, harder for the guard when they get the ball.
Mitchell, no, as we've seen, Vital can handle himself just fine on the perimeter.
No matter how tall, fearless, that is what he is.
Harris now 5 of 7 from long range. Mitchell, the step on Coleman lands, blocked again, Condit. Davion Johnson on the lob.
That's one of them shots where you shoot it and you're like, oh, that was a pass.
Jared Butler, 9 of his 12 coming here in the second half. Giving it up to Mitchell. Mitchell slashes in for 2.
These young kids come in, and because of the pandemic and all that, they didn't have a chance to get familiar with one another, get that rhythm going. I think that's hurting some teams with all those young kids like Kentucky and North Carolina. Carolina's got some young kids in Duke.
Flagler splits his defense, kicks to Mitchell as they move the basketball nicely. Mitchell gets a 3.
Basketball is about taking good shots, like right there. That was a good shot, 3 feet from the goal. Good shot for Baylor. Is a wide open, getting open threes. As these guys say, oh, turnover city right there. Watch Vital right there. I think he could be one heck of a tight end in the NFL. When you think about guys that have done that. Think about Gonzalez, great tight end of all time. You think of a number of guys that made that move. Oh, look at this one-on-one move. Look at
Mitchell.
this.
First half, Iowa State before they rallied to win it late, 77-72, and another missed 3.
And that's usually a rebound on the offensive end that Jonathan Chachua would come up with, but he didn't look like himself on that.
54% of the season, misses both of them. Garrett.
And off ones all season long. Second in the Big 12 in free throw percentage. Last 3 games, though, he's struggled from 3. Only 1 of 10 from 3 in the last 3 coming into this one.
Harris. In and out. Boy,
As Kansas has made this game on Baylor. And as un-Baylor-like as the Bears have looked in Allen Fieldhouse, it's a 2-possession game. Kansas still needs to look to get downhill and get to the rim, and there it is.
Garrett
got his own miss.
Pass.
To L.J. Cryer, the freshman, off target. Cryer did not play in Baylor's last game 3 weeks ago against Texas, but figured to get more playing time tonight. Harris, that's a swish, a triple. Yeah, it's been rough, right? And what do you expect? Yes, you're down 9. They were down by 12 a moment ago, but this is how it's going to be as Baylor tries to find its legs.
Yeah, I mean, I think it just boils down to toughness, mental toughness. And I think the thing that makes Baylor so good is that they have older players who can handle this, which is why I think – oh, I thought he was going to make another one. Which is why I think when you see –
has been 3 weeks. Harris got free. Young, the offensive board. Fresh 20 seconds for Iowa State.
Solomon Young got that board because Flo Thumba's tired right now because they're constantly putting him in ball screen situations. And Iowa State has a smart game plan by setting the ball screen towards the baseline instead of setting it towards the side.
It has been Adam Flagler who is carrying Baylor offensively.
Ted, they get 30 points from their bench. That's unheard of. I don't think I've ever heard of a team that can get 30 points from their bench on a night-in, night-out basis.
and guys who could start on any other team in the league, perhaps the country, and Flagler and Meyer and others. Oh, Bolton again from deep. Sharp tonight, and it's all about been stretches against some of the top teams in the Big 12 as Butler misses from the outside. They have taken West Virginia to the limit. Oklahoma as well. They have not broken through yet. They have a chance to do that here tonight. Flagler to the cup. Oh, rejected. Johnson and Jackson were there defensively for Iowa State. Condit fumbled it, picked it up, and laid it in.
That's a tough shot right there. That's a tough shot and a big shot.
Harris looking for an answer. Give it to him.
Will they get over that hump, be able to finish it? Who knows? We'll see.
Now, Steve Prohm told us earlier today, King, it's just the little things. The margin for error for us is so low. And listen, you can talk about all the problems of this season, the youth, the inexperience, injuries, COVID protocols. They have a 3-point lead over undefeated Baylor in the final 7 minutes. And now it's a 5-point lead. Davion Mitchell now with 9. Almost threw it away. Jackson. Harris against the best on-ball defender in the country. Mitchell staying in front of him, and he forces the travel.
See, they're just great leaders.
3-point lead. Now Mitchell with the steal. Driving against Bolton. Flagler wide open. Picked up by Iowa State. Bolton leads the Cyclones with 21. Tyler Harris has 20.
For sure, Bolton has to do a better job of taking care of the basketball, especially in crucial situations.
Coleman lands off the screen. Give it to him.
Anything with the basketball. They have to do a better job of being able to get their offense started, initiated, and actually do something to put Baylor on their heels.
Bolton with space. Oh, erased by Vital. Out of bounds.
This is the freshman Brown, and his shot is rejected by Thamba.
Brown was Mr. Basketball, state of Texas, great family, great background in his family. Dad played, mother. His uncle was a great one of the all-time leaders in steals at Texas. I think he's number 1, Robert.
Wandering inside, banking it in off the glass.
His stuff's got to be going
Scurry and those guys, Greg Anthony, Anderson Hunt.
Yeah, good defensive effort. Incredible. On the floor.
Cunningham, he'll shoot it. Can't hit. And the rebound pulled down by Sims. Back out, Jones.
In LaFonso right now, Baylor's up by 11. We talk about their defense, but their strength is standing out behind the arc.
Yes, they lead the nation in three-point field goal percentage at 43%, 6 of 11 so far in this game.
They got floor gamers all over the place. You think about Coach Vitale, every single guy they put on the floor.
His jumping ability, explosive.
Butler's sitting. He's picked up his 3rd foul. So that bears watching in the second half. Sims sets the screen. Jones handling. Texas trying to cut into the lead.
This guy on the floor in a close game in the last 4 minutes if you're Texas. He loves the big spotlight in the stage at the end of the game. He's got that winner's mentality.
Coleman step back. 3, got it. And Mitchell just too quick getting to the goal and scoops it in.
Boy, how quickly they went from being down to up 8. It's amazing.
Rainey step back to 11.
You know what they did really well there, John? What they did, they stayed wider than the lane. 2 guys stayed a little wider than the foul lane to make one guy have a difficult time to play both, and they get the open shot. He kept his poise on the left. You know, I only know he's Smith and Jones. They call him every, you know what, he told me yesterday on the phone when I spoke to Coach Drew, he said, just call him every